Here's a classic or vintage, or if you prefer old, Icom model IC-27A 2-meter FM amateur radio mobile. It's single band, 2 meters, 144 to 148 megahertz. This particular radio has been around for quite a while. It was originally purchased in 1985, and over time the display, the front panel display, had quit. The function indicators still work, but the frequency digits quit. I fabricated an external display. I'll show it a little bit. Shows the frequency display and channel number on the far left. The radio comes with the full printed manual, with also has the full printed schematic and the touch tone. What do we have here? HM-23 microphone, DTMF, coil cords in very good condition. Also included is the documentation. Also included is the full documentation for the display modification that I did several years ago to get to add the external display. Back in the day, Icom, these LED displays were rather inefficient. So what they did is they ran them up at a very high voltage to get a reasonable brightness. And invariably, in this particular model radio, I've seen a couple advertisements where the display has failed. And sure enough, it did on this one too. But what I did, and you can't really replace that display. It's a molded display, and the individual digits you can't replace. And all the indicators, all the other indicators, which are single LEDs, those all work. But the frequency display had quit. So what I did, extended the LED segment and digit out to this external display, and that works just fine. It's not pretty, and it's certainly not stock for the radio, but it works. As far as specifications, the radio works pretty good. Receiver's good sensitivity, transmitter modulation and PL modulation is fine. There's a couple idiosyncrasies though, and that is with the power supply I have. Let's see if we can get the watt meter here. Got a watt meter here with I believe it's a 25 watt slug in the bird watt meter, and I can get just about 20 watts. It's rated at 25, but given my cables and so forth, that might be a little low. On the low power setting, the radio is spec'd at 5 watts. However, this radio, I can only, and the low power setting, I can get about 250 milliwatts. Now, I'm not quite sure. The power supply I'm using is 13.2 volts, so it's a little low. So that may be have a lot to do with it. Yeah, the low power setting is a little low. High power is right about on. Now the microphone's in really good condition. Coil cords in good condition. And let's try transmit here with audio, and hopefully we don't get a bunch of feedback. Test 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 4 3 2 1. Testing 1 2 3 4 4. So the microphone and modulation looks pretty good. Again, included is all the printed documentation that I had developed during the display modification, external display modification. It was pretty straightforward. Just extended the multiplex and digit lines from 2 ICs in the radio out to the external display. And there's a CD included with the radio. There's a CD with the drawings for how that was actually done. Again, pretty straightforward, but makes the radio a little ugly, but it's usable. I don't want to go through all the actual functions of the radio. Couple oddities though. One that I noticed is that the tone PL only works on transmit. It does not have receive PL, and the tone PL only works when you have the transmit receive in duplex mode. In other words, plus 600 or minus 600 kilohertz, which you can change to, by the way. But when you have it in duplex mode. In simplex mode, the tone PL does not work. Now, I don't know what the deal is with that, but it's disabled in simplex. Another oddity with this particular radio is, for some reason, I cannot get the memory channels to save. I've tried every which way but loose, even using you know, all the different techniques in the manual, and I can't get the memories to save. Now, there are frequencies in some of the memories, but I cannot get them to save. Now, there's an internal cell in the radio for memory backup, and that looks good. That's about a 3-volt cell, and it measures about 3 volts. So I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong or what, but I can't get the memories to save. So that's another oddity. So all told, I guess the radio would make a nice little starter radio, an experimental radio, maybe a backup for something, maybe in a secondary vehicle. So just as a small backup radio. Nice small footprint. You can fit it just about anywhere, really.